seems like we don't have much for supplies, so we're gonna have to set some ground rules. We've got 3 tins of water and 3 bars of chocolate rations.
We're gonna die.
No,
we're die.
We're not gonna die. In fact, that's the kind of attitude that's gonna get us killed. So each man is gonna get 1 square of chocolate every morning and 1 at night, and each man is also gonna get 1 tin of water. That's it. Good morning, boys. I'm gonna divide up the chocolate rations for breakfast. The chocolate's gone. Following the crash, the men became desperate, realizing how poorly supplied their raft was. The only supplies were chocolate, several half-pint tins of water, a brass mirror, flare gun, sea dye, fish hooks and fishing line, pliers, and tools for mending a leaking raft. It wouldn't be until 1 year later that B-24 rafts would be reevaluated and adequately stocked. As the Daisy May, the plane the Green Hornet took off with, touched down in Palmyra, crew on land became alarmed over the loss of communication with the Green Hornet. At 4 a.m. on the 28th, the B-24 was declared missing and the search began.
Do you feel that?
Do you guys feel that rain?
I think it's raining.
Is it raining?
Quick, grab the tins!
Yes.
Where's the tin?
Water!
By the 7th day, the standard search had been called off, and the families of the entire crew notified that their children and brothers were missing at sea. The small water rations dissipated in just a few days, leaving the men to wait for nature to come to their aid. Not only did this rain, as would many more to come, relieve a bit of thirst, it lessened searing pains of burns and salt sores that were destroying their bodies.
I'm so hungry.
Louis, please tell us another story about your mom's cooking, just to pass the time.
Alright. So, my mom makes this spaghetti dish. It's very good. So, she makes her own homemade noodles, and she rolls out the flour on her own with the roller, and then...
Wait, tell us about the sauce. You just make the sauce first.
Oh yeah, she makes a sauce with her own tomatoes that she grows in the garden behind our house. And first she boils the water to put the noodles in, and as soon as the noodles are ready, she pours them out into a dish and lays the sauce out on top of it. And
My mouth is watering.
grate some fresh Parmesan cheese over the top.
It's almost filling me up. Thought of food.
I want food so bad.
Me too. One of the common tells of starvation, as Louis recognizes, is the constant thought of food. The men often try to occupy themselves by singing songs, but the conversation always digressed back to food. Louis was famous for telling of his mother's homemade Italian cooking, and just recounting the creation of meals and desserts seemed to satisfy brief hunger. They became so routine that Mac and Phil could pick up on the smallest error in Louis' recipes.
Louis, remember those birds that we were talking about? The ones that we could eat?
Yeah.
Don't move now, but there's one on your shoulder.
Really?
Yeah. Yes! He got it!
Can you eat it?
I think so. I mean, we can try.
That smells pretty bad.
Yeah, well, take what you get, right?
I'm so thankful that we finally have something to eat. But I'm a little nervous. I mean, do you remember that sailor in the Rime of the Ancient Mariner?
What about it?
You don't remember? Killing an albatross only brings bad luck.
How much more bad luck could we really have?
I guess that's true.
You know, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I think what we can do is we can use it to fish.
Oh, that's a good idea. We do have some fishing line.
Can you catch anything, Louis?
Not yet. Oh wait, I think I got a bite. After Mac had purged and eaten all of their food supplies, the 3 men were wasting away with nothing to eat. Louis had remembered in training that hunger and thirst often unhinge the mind. Phil and Louie especially peppered each other with memories of the past so that when opportunity came to maximize survival skills, their minds were keen and prepared. Although their first attempt at meat was unsuccessful, they were resourceful in using the bird to catch a real meal. In the following weeks, this method for catching food would provide for the soldiers' survival. Guys, wake up. There's a plane.
Where?
Over there.
Hey! Hey!
Help! Help! Help!
Oh my god!
Guys, fire!
I think it stopped.
It's over.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's coming around for another pass. Maybe they realize their mistake.
I can't believe they would shoot at us unarmed.
Oh. Maybe they're coming back to help.
Guys, that's a Japanese plane, not an American plane.
Alright guys, I think it's over.
We need
We
to
need
patch
to-
up these holes.
Yeah.
We lost all of our supplies.
What are we gonna do?
After doing everything possible to attract the first plane they had seen in days, the men were initially appalled that their brothers could make such a mistake as to fire at unarmed soldiers. It wasn't until it came back around again that they realized it was a Japanese plane, showing no mercy. The Japanese culture was notorious for its lack of sympathy, because martyring for a national cause was so honorable, and surrendering to the enemy was so shameful. By some grace, none of the men were injured beyond physical exhaustion, and the plane left them to waste away with a mutilated raft. After miraculously mending one of the two rafts, the men sat, waiting for another chance of survival. It wouldn't come by Americans, though, but in the form of an enemy ship.